Good afternoon. Usually I do these in the morning. That sounds really weird to say. I am Tracy Makarenko. It is October 6th, and I'm here to do your monthly angel card reading. I know it's already the 6th. I was away visiting my daughter in Vancouver, and I just kind of ran with the time and didn't get to this, but the energy is still here, and it will be for the next month. I am using Doreen Virtue's Angel Therapy Oracle cards today. I've mentioned before how I love these cards. You can feel the energy, the power of the healing coming from them. I also wanted to mention to you this month that just like picking cards, when you lay them out and you decide which ones you want, or if you just want one, you can do that with my angel card readings. So I've been doing angel card readings for about 3.5 years, and you can go to my YouTube channel and just decide on what you need to know for today and just scroll through them and stop at one that feels like you're picking a card and pick that reading and see what it has to say to you for that particular day. I mean, these do not become obsolete just because the energies pass. Many of us are working in very different energies because of our numerology. Because of numerology and astrology, we all have different names, and our sun and moons are in different places. Our birth times are different. And so there's a lot of different energies. There is an overall energy because of where the planets are currently sitting this month, but it doesn't mean you're not working on something else individually outside of this energy as well, or within this energy as well, is what I should say. Also, I did want to mention I am doing my first webinar starting October 27th. It's 5 Mondays in a row, starting at 7 o'clock Mountain Time, running till about 8:30. I'd love for you to join. It's called Healing Boundaries. So I'm going to be giving you all sorts of different tools to figure out what type of person you are, to sort out where you're giving too much of yourself away, or you're not allowing yourself to receive more, or maybe you're a big receiver because you're so exhausted from giving stuff away. So just trying to bring all of that back into balance. And I have a lot of really, really cool exercises we're going to be doing over those 5 weeks to try and help you. And there will be time to discuss things, so you'll be able to talk about what's going on and how things have changed, depending, of course, on the size of class. Usually there's always time for sharing, because people do learn a lot from other people who share. So if you're not the person who's comfortable with sharing, you might learn from somebody else who is comfortable in sharing. I also want to let you know that on the 20th of October, if you get my newsletter, I'm going to be sending out a message that I'm doing a free webinar. It'll be my practice webinar, and it'll run from 7 till 8 o'clock on that Monday night, the 20th of October. And I'm going to be just doing different types of healing on people. And I haven't exactly put together in my mind exactly what that will look like, but it will be it'll be powerful, and it'll be great, and there'll be some guided meditation in that as well. So for the month of October, let's see what's going on. I'm picking from the bottom of the deck today, not sure why. So the first card here is Visualize Success. So see yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. So we've discussed visualizing successes many times before. We all know about the law of attraction. The fact of law of attraction is we're attracting things all the time, good and bad. We can't help it. It's just happening naturally. But what we really need to start paying attention to is the law of deliberate creation. And so when we decide what we want and we deliberately create what it is we want in our life, the law of deliberate creation, that's when we start using this visualized success. So what happened to me this morning was interesting. I was working on visualizing something, and that little part of my ego decided to pop in and said, well, what if you don't get that? How will you feel then? And I almost fell into that plot. I almost went to how I would feel if I didn't get what I want. And I thought, oh my God, this is exactly the opposite of what I want. How did I almost fall into this trap? So I think part of, although I'm quite good at visually or deliberate creation within my life, there are still little pieces that can be tweaked. And so really listen to that mind chatter and the ego talking to you to see where it's trying to take you away from what you're trying to create. It came actually out of nowhere and kind of suddenly. And I think a lot of us do that. It's like, oh, well, if I don't get what I want, then I'll do this. Or, well, if that doesn't happen, then I'll do that. Or, we plan an alternative. And when you are deliberately creating using your visualization, visualizing success, you can't fall off of that. You can't go to what if this doesn't happen. You have to stay in the this is happening mode. The excitement around what you're creating, and when it happens, how you feel about that. And in your mind, you share your excitement with your favorite people in your life. And you just keep working in a very positive manner and totally ignore that part that's trying to drag you into something and somewhere you don't want to go, because you don't want to grow your seeds and have them chopped before they even start to bloom. And that's really what's happening when we decide on creating success. And then we're like, oh, but how will I feel if it doesn't happen? Cut. And then you're starting from scratch again. And you don't want to have to do that, okay? Have faith in a positive outcome. So the second card is ear chakras. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, and words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. So that kind of refers back to me recognizing the ego saying, oh, but if that doesn't happen, how will you feel? That was the message that came in and stopped my success. So I need to recognize that and get rid of it. Some people end up hurting themselves. And I think a part of getting to this morning, because our ego does kind of attack us when things are about to change, because then it loses control and it doesn't have a say in our life anymore, because we start using our brain instead of our brain using us. And so I burnt myself about 3 times this past weekend. And so sometimes those are the external things you need to pay attention to. Why is this happening suddenly? Because I don't typically burn myself, but I did 3 times in one day with hot water and then a hot pan. So pay attention to what's trying to take you away from what you want to do. The other thing is I've been off chocolate now for 6 days, and I can tell you it's one of the most difficultest things I've done. And it's not that I haven't gone off chocolate before, but I've done it without consciously realizing. This time I'm consciously trying to stay away from it. And the messages I'm getting about me needing chocolate are astounding on how my body is reacting to different things for not getting chocolate. Some of them are external messages, some of them are internal messages. So just pay attention to that. A line in a song that you're listening to, or you might hear crows and blackbirds are really big for me. So when they come in and around my space, I pay attention to them because I know they're trying to tell me something. So just pay attention for messages and the real answers to your prayers in order to continually visualize your success. Now the last card is you are profoundly clairvoyant. Trust what you see in your mind's eye as well as with your physical sight. For your spiritual vision helps you with healing, teaching, and guidance. And you can see in this card, it's like she's hanging on to everything within, but it's really about a birth to me. So it's like things are starting to transform and take, well, those seeds are starting to take bloom. It's all coming together. Everything you've worked for up until this point is starting to transform into something new. And so don't allow whatever it is you're trying to create to be chopped down early. Stay in that place of visualizing positive successes so that you can transform whatever is floating around in this ball of yours into your reality that you want, not just the law of attraction, but the law of deliberate creation. I just love that saying, the law of deliberate creation. Because truly that's what we mean when we say the law of attraction. So you can see she's looking at what she wants inside this ball, and she is creating her future. It looks like laundry right now in the spinner, not looking like much at all, but soon enough you'll be able to pull out the pieces and see what they are and how they go together. And this is so very exciting. And you'll see the angel wings surrounding her. I mean, they are coming from her, but they're surrounding her and protecting her. So there's a higher form of protection going on with all of us right now as we sit here and we transform our lives into something different. So I'm going to pick this top card. I don't know why, but I'm being told to. Vegetarian and vegan. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. And for me, I'm finding I'm moving more and more farther away from the heavier proteins in my life. I am a meat girl, I can't help it, but I'm finding that I don't feel nearly as good as when I start taking some of that out of my diet. I've included lots of vegetables. I don't really do a lot of fruit because I do find my blood sugar is affected quite significantly by any type of sugar, hence why I'm taking myself off chocolate. But for you, whatever works best for you. This is just a card to remind you to pay attention to what you're putting in your mouth. So recognize how you feel after what it is you eat, whatever that happens to be. A lot of us have had no choice but to get rid of things out of our diet. Others are deciding to eat a leaner diet because it makes you better. You feel better. Make sure whatever you're doing is making you happy. And even though taking chocolate out of my diet doesn't sound like I'm very happy at this very moment, I know I will be happier down the road. For any of you who are nearing menopause, you will find that sugars in your diet cause those hot flashes to come on a lot faster and a lot more often. And so taking yourself away from alcoholic beverages because there's so much sugar in them is a very good thing to help reduce the amount of hot flashes you're having. Again, chocolate, and be careful with the intake of natural sugars within your fruits and vegetables. So I just thought I'd throw that out there for you. If you aren't going through that type of change in your life, you might know someone, or you might just need to put it away for the future. So I wish you luck this month. Really do pay attention to your body. And if you'd like to sign up for my newsletter, you can do that at my website, www.healingpossibilities.com. I'll be sending that out in the next day or so, and then you'll receive the information around that free webinar on the 20th. You can probably pick up my newsletter on my Healing Possibilities or my Facebook page. my business Facebook page if you want to do that as well. So I hope you have a great month. Stick with it. Make sure that you are staying with your visualizations in a very positive way and let go of whatever is happening in a negative way. I wish you all the luck.